Welcome to the stream. If you can't already tell, I am wearing an England shirt, which means only one thing. It is the Euros final today. England versus Spain. Kobbie Mainoo versus Leny Yoro. We'll be talking Manchester United today, don't you worry. But let me know in the chat down below, who do you think is coming out on top? England versus Spain. If you're joining us live right now, let me know. If you're joining us after, let me know in the comments down below. How are we doing, everybody? Good morning, ZM. Smash a like. Oh, let's get it going, guys. Let's get it going. We're less than like 25 subscribers away from hitting 5,000 subs. I'd love to hit that today. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Tyrone. Good morning, ZM. Good morning, Malps. When are we going to sign more players? That's what we're going into today. We're looking at Xavi Simons and a Turkish left back who we'll be talking about in great detail, as well as all the other players. We are doing a transfer window so far review. You don't want to miss a second of this. How are we all doing, chat? How are we doing on this lovely Sunday morning? How are we doing? Can anyone guess where this bucket hat's from? Important piece of United memorabilia. One of my favourite pieces I own. How are we all doing, chat? How are we all doing? Good morning, Ola Katan. Hope you're doing well, mate. I hope you're doing well. Just give it one more minute. Let a few more people filter through. Good morning, WY. Hope we're all doing well. Smash that like button. Let's get it off to a nice, good start to the stream. Well, everyone's in. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the MPB Morning Show. I'm your host, Alex, at Alex Talks All, and it feels like we've been discussing the same players again and again and again. So finally, we have two brand new names to be talking about. Ferdi Kadioglu and Xavi Simons are the names of the game this morning. If you're excited to dive deep into those reports and see how likely those players are going to be coming to Manchester United, then smash that like button and please hit the subscribe button. Over 70% of you aren't subscribed to the channel, and we are less than 25 subs away from 5,000 subscribers. It would mean the world to me if we can hit that today. And as always, get involved in the chat down below. It is a family, it is a community here, and a growing one at that, at the MPB Morning Show. Good morning, Collins. Good morning, Cornish Maid. Good morning, Nick. Good morning, Viv. Good morning, United Forever. Good afternoon for you. Well, good afternoon to you too, sir. We have viewers from all around the world here, so let's not waste a second. Ferdi Kadioglu. Sabah, which is a Turkish outlet, and numerous other Turkish outlets have all sort of said the same thing over the last 24 hours. Manchester United made an offer of £21 million for Ferdi Kadioglu, but Fenerbahce are insisting on £30 million. United could offer unwanted players to the Turkish side as part of the deal. Now, Nick Morris saying Xavi Simons is absolute quality and would be a great signing. I agree, but first off, let's get into this left back. First of all, let me sort of, not rubbish something. It's saying we've made an offer. We haven't made an offer. As we can sort of see as this transfer window goes on, if we made an official offer, Simon Stone, Dawson is someone who reports it a lot, Ornstein, the Muppeteers as well. Those are the first names on the scene. So let's clarify something very quickly. These Turkish outlets have probably had it leaked to them by either Kadioglu's agents or even Fenerbahce itself, saying, look, United have made an offer through intermediaries. They've probably just gone through, made a little quick chat, having a little discussion, nothing too concrete, but just to see where Fenerbahce at. So we've not made an official offer. So that's the first really interesting part of that. To me, chat, do you think 21 million is something we should be spending? Even 30 million is something we should be sending on a left back? Or is it used somewhere else? Has anyone here watched him in great depth? Do you think he's worth the 21 million pounds? I know he had a really good campaign for Turkey in this Euros. Let me know. Let me know. Morning, Joshy boy. Hope you're doing well, mate. Good morning, Nick. Offer them Lindelof with cash with Kadioglu. I mean, that's something really interesting mentioned in the last part of the deal. And this I do believe to be true, because it has been mentioned by Fenerbahce. This is Fenerbahce's source. The fact that Fenerbahce is saying that, that's really interesting to me, which means they are open to the idea. If they weren't open to it, they wouldn't have leaked it to their press. They wouldn't have said, you know what, no. Just say we want the money, we don't want anything more. But you know what? You can say United want to offer players because we're quite open to that. Victor Lindelof, Scott McTominay are both players linked to Turkish clubs. Both, I believe, somewhat linked to Fenerbahce as well. Chat, who do you think, who would you offer to Fenerbahce to sign Ferdi Kadioglu? Let me know. Malatia is back in training. Oh my God, he's alive. Oh, Joshy boy. Wonderful news to start off my Sunday. Wonderful news. Love the cap, by the way, says Adam Calvert. This is the bucket hat. Chat, I don't you remember, but last year's FA Cup, not this year, not the one where we won it, the year before, they all gave out bucket hats, and I was there on the day, so I got the bucket hat. I may not have seen us win, but I do have a little bucket hat memorabilia. Offer them Lindelof with cash. Exactly. I think Victor Lindelof is someone we should be offering. Chat, I want to hear this. Over 50 of you in the stream right now. I want to see, who would you offer to Fenerbahce to bring in a brand new left back? I want to know. Lindelof plus 15 million, Ursus United forever. I think Lindelof is the one who makes the most sense. He makes the most sense out of everyone, if I'm being completely honest. He makes the most sense. I mean, Scott McTominay would make sense, apart from the fact he's worth over 40 million pounds. So they need to pay us like, what, 20 million, 25 million plus Kadioglu. So look, I don't see Scott going there like that. Offer over Lindelof, that way to Kadioglu and De Ligt in too. Yeah, I think, chat, I'm pretty sure we would send Lindelof plus 25 million. Let's put a poll in the chat. Let's put a poll. Let's get you involved. Nice and early stream. Let's get you involved. Would you offer Lindelof plus... Let's go with... How you doing, Basnet? Hope you're doing well, mate. Plus, let's go with 20 million pounds. No, I'd go 18. I think that's fair. For Kadioglu. Yes, no. Chat, get involved. Get involved nice and early. Good. Did you guys see Sergim's video telling Shaw to not pull his hamstring tonight? Joshy boy, mate. I had a right old giggle at that. It's really funny. Like, we're talking about left back, so I could talk about Shaw for a second. I find it hilarious. I find it really quite amusing. This is a man who is an Englishman, but has a lot of investment in this side. But his number one priority is his starting left back's health. Honestly, I had a right old giggle at that. I had a great time. I had a great time. Found that very, very, very funny. But look, we're going to be really positive about Kadioglu. He looks like a really good player. I watched a little bit more of him since the last time we spoke. I'd love to go a bit more in depth in a second. But I want to talk about where our funds are going at the moment. It looks here we have made an offer, or at least thinking about putting in 20 million plus towards a left back. Should we be putting in that money for a left back? Chat, I want to ask you the question. A left back, or sort of like an additional midfielder, an Amrabat sort. We all know we're going to try and sell Casemiro and bring in a Manuel Ugarte or an equivalent. I would say Amadou Onana, but he's off to Villa. I mean, Premium says Onana went for 50. You seriously think Scott is 45 million? Yes. Scotland international, scoring goals at the biggest stage, and invaluable profile. Yeah. Yeah. He's worth over 40 million pounds. West Ham nearly paid that for him last season. But yeah, speaking of that midfield, I think we need one or two extra reinforcements, not just one extra midfield player. So chat, I want to ask you, do we sign a backup left back or a backup midfielder? Which do you think is more important? What's up, pal? How you doing, mate? Hope you're doing well. Man, Kadioglu played every position on the pitch except goalkeeper. That's what really impresses me. He really impresses me in that sense. He is a right-footed left-back wearing the number 7 shirt, which is a really confusing thing to think about. But his versatility is certainly something I admire. He can play right-back, he can play right-winger. As we've seen, United don't like having fullbacks who can stay fit at all. It's a bit of a shame. So it would be quite good to have a versatile one. Scott is worth a hell of a lot more than 45 million. If you went to an Everton, which is a box crusher, he would look elite. And if they were 7 million, exactly, then I agree with you. He is an invaluable profile. Bassett says, Wan-Bissaka, Kadioglu, straight swap. I mean, Sam C reports from the United stand reported that, who was it? Wan-Bissaka had an offer from West Ham. That hasn't materialised so far, but he was bang on with the DCL and Tony stuff. So you know what? I buy it. A midfielder makes sense, says United forever. It does make a lot of sense, considering we're really quite skint in the midfield position. Even if we keep Casemiro, our number 6 options are, at the moment, just Casemiro, because we haven't signed Amrabat. So we do need midfield reinforcements. We do. Joshy Boy says, by the way, Fabrizio is saying we're going to decide on a midfield signing next week. I'm really hoping this means that Casemiro is going out the other way. I'm really hoping. I never heard of Kadioglu before the Euros. Don't know much about his Premium. I agree. didn't have a clue who he was. You know, until yesterday afternoon, when I did a little bit more reading on him, when I saw the reports coming in, I didn't have a clue about who he was, why we wanted him. I've done a bit more watching, and we're going to break him down in depth in a second. Pauses Romano mentioned Xavi Simons. We really don't need him. Rather, a centre mid currently needed. It's very thin. And we're going to get onto that after we discuss both Simons and Kadioglu. Where are we investing our funds, and are we doing it properly? Hello from Singapore. Welcome to the stream, mate. I hope you're enjoying. Smash the like button if you're enjoying, guys. We're at 24 likes so far. Let's see if we can hit 30. But unwanted players. It's not just about this Lindelof deal. Lindelof to Fenerbahce, Kadioglu as well. Who else would you be looking to move on this transfer window? Who else for a good price, if you could get their accurate value price, who would you be trying to move on? Would it be a Luke Shaw? Would it be a Harry Maguire? Who is the player you desperately want to be leaving Manchester United Football Club this summer? Let me know. Let me know. Dan Mazungu, we've been linked with Victor as a winger. I like the idea of a diamond in the rough. I mean, that's what we tried to do last year with Tyrone Malacia. I don't think it works that well. Like, he simply refused to take surgery with us and now is out for God knows how long. But look, when it comes to the diamonds in the rough, we have Dan Ashworth, supercomputer, Christopher Vivell, a genius at doing that. So when it comes to signing these diamonds in the rough, I think I'm trusting their opinion on it. I'm trusting their opinion. But chat, let me know, who are you looking to get rid of at the club? Which player do you want out of this football club as soon as possible? In this chat, some of you lot are saying Bruno Fernandes. Some of you lot are saying Marcus Rashford. But who do you want? We're looking at like sort of swapping players, moving them out. But some deals are only going to move forward soon if we get rid. Harry Maguire aging well since United forever. I mean, I'd keep Maguire. If it was up to me, Harry Maguire stays at my football club. Kadioglu is definitely better than some guy named Bird, left back of Nice. Who's the guy named Bird at Nice? Who? Mustafa Kobe Main, who can live the Euro stay, Alex. Chat, we'll talk about it at the very end if we have time. So I don't like talking about Euros, especially because I've got such a diverse and wonderful audience here. At the very end, if you lot want me to, we'll speak about the Euros. Let's select for a little bit though. I want Sancho out, to be honest. Casemiro for sure, says Alex. We need to get rid of Balcony. Who's Balcony? Do you mean Anthony? Dan, do you mean Anthony? Sometimes, mate, I don't know. Adam Calvert, Anthony. Yeah, you know what? If we could get more than £10 million for Anthony this summer, I would be shell-shocked. You know how Fluminense are going after Lucas Paquetá? I'm hoping they don't get him and just come after Anthony instead. I'd bloody love it. Casemiro, yeah. I think Sancho, Casemiro, those sort of players. I did some thinking on Sancho yesterday after we had that really quite in-depth discussion chat. Sancho's sort of my man, but I do agree he should be leaving the football club this summer. He disrespected the club too much. He hasn't apologised to the fans. If he apologises to us, United fans from all over the world, in Manchester, everywhere, yes, sure. I agree. Anthony, the fidget spinner. No worries, Dan. No worries. Basnet, Eriksen. Would you not keep Eriksen? I see him as sort of like a dad for Højlund, though. That's why. Like, you see, Højlund says, bring your dad to work day for Eriksen. I think he's a really good presence in Højlund's career. He's Danish. They can talk about stuff. They speak the same language. They have probably had a very similar upbringing. Eriksen's far more experienced. He's probably a really good role model for Højlund. And for that alone, for someone who's going to be going through a very tumultuous part of his career, competing with Joshua Zirkzee, maybe even competing alongside Ivan Toney in this very weird three-striker setup with only one striker formation. He needs all the guidance and mentorship he can get at this point. Isn't Erik Ten Hag obsessed with left-footed left backs and left centre-backs? Yes, he is. Which is why I'm going to sort of break down my intrigue at this deal in just 1 second. Also, 80% of you said yes to... would you offer Victor Lindelof plus £18 million for Kadioglu? That is a deal that gets done, in my opinion. That is a deal that gets done. Maybe Eriksen should stay if they agree with less game time. That is the truth. He said he wanted to leave if he didn't get game time. So I thought it was a bit bold. But you know what? If we're not signing another midfielder, we do need Eriksen about the place. Casemiro or McTom, Eriksen would be okay for domestic cup competitions, even the Europa League. That sort of experience is invaluable. But chat, I'm going to do a little deep dive now on Ferdi Kadioglu. Very quickly for you. Those who watched him before, even just watched clips with me, chat with me. Let me know how you feel about him. So who said it? Someone said it a second ago about left-footed left centre-backs. Panda29 says, isn't Erik ten Hag obsessed with left-footed left-backs and left centre-backs? He is. Which is why I was really quite confused with this deal when I first heard about it. A right-footed left-back who wears the number 7 shirt? I mean, I've got Beckham on my shirt at the moment, number 7. I mean, he's a right-footed. It's sort of that, like, you're a winger, you're right-footed usually. That's sort of the, you cut inside, you put crosses in. That's sort of what it is. And I hadn't watched enough of Kadioglu to really come to a conclusion on him. And I watched a bit more of him at the moment. Watched a couple 90s. I had a very boring afternoon yesterday. And what I can gather from him is he's a problem solver. He's so tricky with his feet. He loves his feints. He's got this lovely little move where he just sort of feints to the left and sort of drags the ball with his right and beats his man on the outside. He's not so one-footed. I was really concerned when I heard about this. I mean, some of you remember Brandon Williams, a very one-footed footballer, and he really stunted us at left back for a while. Anthony is the most one-footed player I've ever watched, ever. And you can really tell that because when they dribble, Brandon Williams and Anthony, they only stick with their strong foot. They will not touch the ball with their weaker foot. They won't. Kadioglu isn't like this. He uses both feet. And to me, that just makes me, that reassures me a little bit. It's not really groundbreaking analysis, but it reassures me quite a bit. And we have just hit 5,000 subscribers. Thank you, chat, so much. Subscribe to join this growing community. It is one of the fastest growing communities I can see at the moment in the United fan base. And I really appreciate all of your support. And chat, just to let you know, celebrate this 5,000 subscriber mark. In the next few weeks, I have a special guest coming onto the show that you don't want to miss out on. So smash the subscribe button so you don't miss that. But Kadioglu, if I was to see where he was going, I'd play him as an inverted fullback. You know how Dalot does? And he comes inside, sits in front of the defence like an extra midfielder. I do that with Kadioglu. Mainly because, as Panda said, we like building up with left-footed left centre-backs and left-backs. I think it really limits us in an Erik ten Hag build-up. In the middle, he would be capable of spinning, of using both feet, of using his sort of agility to build up and be able to drive through midfield. I can see where people are going to say, oh, but you can't do that with every player. Look at Trent Alexander-Arnold, a wonderful fullback. Does he work in the midfield? He doesn't, because Trent's game is vastly different to Kadioglu. Kadioglu is a problem solver. Look at him in around the box. He loves his little give and goes. He loves those little lofted through balls, those little deft touches, this sort of feints. That's the sort of thing you need in the midfield in your build-up. It's what Kobbie Mainoo was so good at. Dropping the shoulder, making some space and giving the pass away quickly. That's what Kadioglu is excellent at. And he hits the ball in a way around the 18-yard box. He likes to drift inside and spray those passes out to either wing when he gets in the middle. And that to me just reassures me that Kadioglu can be an inverted fullback. I wouldn't use him as a as traditional left back, not in the Premier League. I think he's too limited. I think he can defend well enough one-on-one. I haven't watched enough of him. If I'm being completely honest, I was mainly focusing on his on-the-ball actions. But Kadioglu, to me, would be a really good signing to propel us forward tactically and to allow us to try different things. Also, Kadioglu coming in makes me feel that long-term it's Lisandro Martinez being our left-back, as he has the ability to invert. That's all I'm going with as a long term. That's why I see it. Kadioglu x Dalot will be fire. I agree. I think there's two fullback options. It could be quite fun. Dalot holding width, Kadioglu coming inside, pushing Lisandro Martinez, the left centre-back, out wide a little bit more. I like it. I like it a lot. Don't rate players just solely based on Euros. I agree with that, mate. I agree. We can have a better left-back with £30 million. I would say... I don't know. You know what? I don't think we should be spending £30 million on left back. I don't think we should. I don't think we should be going anywhere near that. Sign a left centre back who can do both. That's what I would do. Would you say Kadioglu is like Cancelo profile wise? Cancelo glides across the pitch. He glides. He's very calm. He's composed. Kadioglu rushes. He rushes. Little tippy tap feet. Give and goes a lot more. Cancelo do those long arching sort of crossfield passes. That's not Kadioglu's game at all. If I was to make a stylistic comparison with Kadioglu to a fullback who could do that, I'd say, imagine, it's almost like putting a forward, it's like, imagine Facundo Pellistri, a bit more composed and a bit more defensively solid. It's a really weird comparison, but if you watch the way those two dribble, it would make sense. It makes sense. Oh, I'm premium. Thank you for the donation, my friend. I really appreciate your support, mate. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Hitting 5,000 subscribers and a donation on the same day. Euros final, boys. Boys, I'm feeling lucky today. I'm feeling lucky. Good morning, Ahmed. How you doing, mate? How you doing? Basnet says, I think Malacia is staying, so no new left back. Malacia is still good, guys. If he's recovered enough from his injury, yeah. If he's recovered enough from his injury, yes, he is. Yes, he is. Javier Mas will be the future for United in the left back. That's why it concerns me a little bit. I don't think we need a new left back, or at least a traditional one, because we've got one of a really good talent coming through. So it worries me a little bit, that. It worries me. And chat, to celebrate the donation, we are 5 likes away from 50 likes. If we can hit that today, less than 25 minutes into the stream, that, would mean the world to me. But enough about the left back. Let's go on to one of the main events of this stream. Don't miss a beat on this chat. Xavi Simons, everybody. He is the big name at the moment being linked to Manchester United. Let's chat about him. Fabrizio Romano on YouTube says, Manchester United are interested in Xavi Simons and asked for information on the player. But Bayern Munich and RB Leipzig are currently the front runners to sign him. Chat, let me know. I'm going to ask you a different question to usual. Do you think we need Xavi Simons? Not do you want him, not do you think he'd do well for United. Do you think Manchester United need Xavi Simons? Is that the sort of player we need right now? A creative outlet? Someone sort of propel that attack forward after signing Joshua Zirkzee, after being linked again to, who is it? Ivan Toney. Do we need another forward player? Let me know. Let me know. What do you think about taking someone like Cucurella on loan? Says Joshy Boy. I like it. I like it a lot. I like that deal. I like Cucurella. It doesn't worry me because the season before the Fenerbahce, he played 90% of his time in the right back position. So even if Javi comes through, he can take up to Diogo or Javi or rotation. Yeah, that's very fair, mate. It's very fair. Left back should be one of the priorities. Can't even play 40 games a season. Malacia is non-existent. Our left back problem last season has cost us too much. But we have such a promising talent come through. Signing a young, upcoming starlet like Kadioglu, he would expect a long-term future at the club, and that would be in his contract. And I don't think it'd make him particularly happy if we benched him for a mass very quickly. So look, I'm wary of that deal. No, not needed. Ahmed says yes. Pau says no, not needed again. Joshy Boy, I don't think we need him. Hidden element, I like Xavi, but the squad depth for sure. Dan Bazungu, maybe they're thinking about bringing Simons in as a long-term replacement to Bruno. You're better off getting that option in a year or two early to bed them in. Adam Calvert knows we will have far too many wingers. Xavi Simons is not a long-term winner. Winger? He's a long-term winner. He's not a long-term winger. He is a Bruno Fernandes replacement. He is. He's got that creative spark. He's got that ability to dribble. He loves that right half space. He loves the left half space. He's got a wonderful right, but he can smack the ball into the top corner. Nearly broke my heart against England. Look, he is, you know what? I don't want to do too much analysis on him. The only way you can describe him is he is a baller in every sense of the word. He's a decent presser as well. Off the ball, he looks quite good. He's just a baller, and I'd love him at my football club. That's the analysis you're getting from me today on him. And he's a long-term Bruno replacement. The problem is, do you bring Xavi Simons in now, and does he want to be coming in now as just merely a backup to Bruno Fernandes? Is that what he needs right now? I mean, if he goes to Munich, who have you got? You've got Musiala, you've got Sade, all those being linked to Arsenal. I saw that last night. I heard that from someone. You've got... God, who else? They're trying to bring in Desiree Doué as well. There's so many forward players they're signing. Do they need a Xavi Simons? So look, maybe he is looking to be that sort of 1 year stopgap, sort of betting into a big club and then moving on. Simons is just a very good option for Bruno replacement. He is a Bruno heir. One of Wirtz, Musiala, and Simons, only one of those guys should be the Bruno Fernandes heir. We need him, good squad player. He's so much more than a squad player though. That's my thing. Ruud wants Xavi Simons for sure. That's true. That's true. Speaking about sort of securing a future, Ruud van Nistelrooy, I'm assuming, sees a long-term future for himself at Manchester United Football Club. Look, chat, I don't like being cynical. I don't like being a conspiracy theorist, but it makes sense. Why would he come unless he didn't see a long-term future for himself at Manchester United Football Club? And one way to sort of secure that is by bringing in his own players. And Xavi Simons, that's one of his players. Eric Ten Hag did an interview on him, had a whole segment on him recently. So look, it makes a lot of sense. It's building up. It is, I think, dependent on outgoings. I can't remember who I saw yesterday. Someone said it might be Mason Greenwood dependent, which I think is fair. I think if we do sell Greenwood, I think you have to sell one of Sancho and Anthony, or even Ahmad, as bad as it sounds, to give Simons space in the squad because he can play on the right, and I think that's where he'd get most of his game time next season. But look, thinking about it, to be fair, imagine this is the pecking order. Just stick with me, chat. At number 6, you've got Manuel Ugarte, Amrabat, and maybe Mainu covers there as well. As your left-sided 8, you've got, or like 8/6, you've got Kobe Mainu, Mason Mount, Eriksen. On the right, you've got Bruno Fernandes, Xavi Simons, Mason Mount, Eriksen as well. Chat, could that work? Chat, could that work? Chat, could that work? Wait a sec. Is it good squad depth that we bring him in? Because we don't actually have... Am I forgetting someone, chat? Who is that backup number 10 to Bruno? Is it just Mason Mount? Ooh, De Ligt news. Oh! Have we got De Ligt news, chat? Let me check. We have De Ligt news, everybody. Oh, wonderful stuff. Breaking news. We'll talk about him in just 1 second. Give me a second, Emma. Thank you for that, mate. Thank you for that. Unpopular opinion, maybe, but if Mount plays like Chelsea days, he'll be miles clear of Xavi Simons. No. I love Mason Mount. I think he's wonderful. Mason Mount isn't going to be close to Bruno Fernandes. Xavi Simons is close to Bruno Fernandes, and he will be at his level soon and could even surpass it. Xavi Simons is one of the few players in the world I think could... Bruno Fernandes is a top 5 player in the world. I think there's very few people in the world who could take that spot. Very few. Just give me De Ligt. 1 second, hidden element. 1 second. Stick with me. We'll finish on the Xavi Simons, then we'll get onto it. Would sign Simons if Mount leaves. Maybe Ruud van Nistelrooy can convince him about the project. That's what I'm hoping. Would sign Simons if Mount... I did that. Do you think Maz at Bayern is having second thoughts because of 68,000 fans have signed that petition? I don't think so, because they are a proper football club that don't give in to fan pressure. But you know what? I put it off long enough. 1 second too late. Matthijs de Ligt news, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, lots of De Ligt news. Okay, fun stuff to be talking about now, chat. CM Muffizel. First of all, he's been a great source so far. He broke a lot of Amrabat news, but throughout the window, he's been growing up in reputation. He is someone who I'm taking seriously. Manchester United are ready to pay £42 million in the total package to sign Matthijs de Ligt. The exact details of the deal structure still need to be clarified. There is total agreement between United and de Ligt on a 5-year contract with the option of a further year. United originally wanted to complete the transfer by this weekend. The deal is still expected to happen. Chat, what that means? It's basically what we've heard so far about Matthijs de Ligt, to be honest with you, chat. The same thing we've heard so far. It's a bit more positive because we now know the total deal structure. We know it's adding up to £42 million or 50 million euros. That is a total package. End of, that's all it is. Matthijs de Ligt, all in all. No further add-ons. 50 million euros, £42 million. There's over 100 of you in the stream right now. Yes or no, is that a good deal? Or even, is that a bargain? Let me know. There's over 100 of you. Let me know yes or no. I want to see loads of that in the chat. But going on from that, we've got an extra report from CM Officer saying even if Matthijs de Ligt joins Manchester United, the club still want to sign Leny Yoro. Wow. Chat, I'm quite excited. It's yet another journalist who has not refuted Yoro to Manchester United yet. Yet another one. I was thinking by this point, now some journalists downplaying it. Some journalists saying, you know what, no, it's easing away from it. Not one journalist yet who said Leny Yoro is not even thinking about Manchester United Football Club. Fair prices paid. Yes, says Sosa. Yes, bring in, says Basnet. Yes, says Powell. Dan Mazungu says yes. It is a good deal, but it doesn't sound like any new news. It's clarifying what's being discussed, just sort of been a bit confusing to me. We've been like, oh, what are we talking about? what's holding up this deal? It's the add-ons. It's the structure of the deal. It's when people are going to get paid. Both clubs need money. Bayern Munich need money to get Jonathan Tah. We need to save money. It's just us playing poker for a bit longer. The deal's going to happen. To me, the deal's always been done and dusted. But it's just been, in what way is the deal going to get done? Is it going to be like Xerxes? We're going to get 3 installments over that many years? Is it only going to be 2 installments? I think, you know what? I think the add-ons are almost done. I think, as Moffizel says, it's the deal structure. It's the deal structure. Both clubs need money. Both clubs also need to save money. It's a game of poker. It's a game of poker, chat. This Euro thing is taking too long. It's not going to happen. It's been a few days, pal. Sosa, brother. It's been a few days. Come on. Have a bit of patience. Have a bit of patience. We gave him probably till Monday, Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. We're not going to wait around for long. We're not going to wait around for long, chat. Trust me. Oh, dear God. Apple juice is too strong to me, chat. Teb says, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Alex, Yoro and Hato understudies to De Ligt and Licha. Who's Hato? We've been linked to him. I heard, you mean Hanko? Laurie Whitwell. People in the chat have been talking about Hanko for a while, by the way. He's from PSV, maybe? Isn't he ever Vidise, isn't he? Laurie Whitwell of The Athletic said he's our alternative to Jared Brandtho. So keep an eye on that. I haven't watched enough of him to really talk about it, and I know nothing else. But that's what I heard. That's what I heard. Premium, I've still got a feeling we will sign 3 centre-backs. Maguire and Lindelof will both be sold if an offer comes in. Yeah, that's fair. The De Ligt deal seems to be dragging on and taking forever. It's not. It's not, chat. I think I'm going to offer a little bit of a call for patience here, to be honest with you, chat. A call for patience. A little call for patience because, look, in the past, deals would take months. So far, in a difficult deal where Bayern Munich need the money, but they also don't want to get 10 million. They want to get like at least 20 million pounds so they can afford Jonathan Tah. We need to keep money so we can spend on other players, like maybe an Ivan Toney, like maybe a Hanko, like maybe a Leny Yoro. So it's a little game of poker right now, and it happens with every deal. I think we expected it to go a little bit quicker. Bayern Munich have brought someone in, I believe, this summer who's heading up their rebuild, and I think he's being quite stingy. I think he wants to save face, so I can see why this deal's taking longer. You know what, chat? Patience. If it goes on for longer than Wednesday, look, that's a bit much then. But you know what? I think the deal is progressing quite well at this point. United versus Leny Yoro, fire. Heard Madrid looking for backups. Yeah. Miller Davies Videos, MDV says, was the Xavi deal alone with an obligation to buy? And if so, what would you want the price of the total package to be? He doesn't want to stay. He doesn't want to stay, Xavi Simons. And if I'm being completely honest with you, I don't think anyone knows. I'll see if... Let me just do a quick search, see if I can find Xavi Simons' price. But so far, all I've heard is alone with an obligation to buy. With an obligation to buy being incredibly vague. So I don't know. I actually can't see it at all. No one's saying anything about I mean PSG. Someone's saying 70 million euros, but I can't see a source. I think maybe 50 million euro plus is probably what's going to be. 50 million euros plus what it's going to be. Have you talked about Varane? You know what? After we talk about De Ligt, yeah, I'll get into it. I'll get into talking about Varane because I'm quite grumpy about it, to be honest. Hato from Ajax, Joel Hato, Ajax centre-back. Oh, he's quite highly rated, isn't he? He's quite highly rated, if I'm not mistaken. He is quite highly rated. Is your special guest going to be Jim White? No, Adam, no. I'll confirm it close to the time, but it'll be in like the next week. I reckon 9-10 days. We'll get our guest on. We'll get our guest on in 9-10 days. You lot will be excited. You lot will be excited about it. Subscribe to the channel. We've hit 5,000 subs in today, and it's made me really, really happy. Can we hit 6,000 subs before the end of July? Let's hope so. Get involved. Over 65% of you aren't subscribed, and we're 6 likes away from 60 likes. A lot of sixes today. Make sure you smash the like button on that as well. Going to Como 80? Yeah, he is. He is. Swap Rashford for Ugarte and Simmons? No. I mean, you know what? This will never happen. I'm going to give you lot. Josh has given me a wonderful poll. Would you swap Would you swap Rashford for Ugarte and Simons? LA! Mate, how are you doing? How are you doing, mate? Oh, LA Matthijs in the chat, everybody. What a bloke. They are only willing to let him go on loan. Alex, no permanent deal this summer. I'm pretty sure they want a obligation though, don't they? They want an obligation, no? I'm pretty sure. But that's the thing, it's because it's an obligation. I don't think anyone actually knows what his price is. I can't find it, at least. I can't find it. Bring Sir Alex. Alex, if I could get Sir Alex Ferguson on this stream chat, you know what? I'd retire straight afterwards. I don't think I could even top that. Don't think I could even top that. How long is Xavi contracted to PSG? I don't know. I mean, hint element hell to the no. Let's look at the poll on the stream. Would you swap Rashford for Ugarte and Simons? I mean, it's spell Ugarte right, by the way. 20 of you are saying yes to it. 55% of you are saying yes to that. Sorry? Good God. Load with obligation is what I read. Yeah. That's what I saw as well. Never says Basnet. Well, the chat's disagreeing with you. Jonathan, Joshy boy, Rashford is too inconsistent, guys. Marcus Rashford has been hit with the plague of playing in the most dysfunctional Manchester United squad, one of the most dysfunctional clubs in the world at this point. And you expect him to be consistent? Who has been consistent at United? Pogba? No. Bruno? No. Those two were some of the best players in the world at some point. Rashford, one of the best players in the world at some point. We bring in top players. Angel Di Maria couldn't perform here. Some players have been brought in and couldn't live up to the expectations, couldn't live up to the pressure of the shirt. The fact that some players can in this dysfunctional setup is impossible. No, we want one. They're willing but open to letting him go permanently this summer. I mean, that's interesting. That's interesting, LA. Yeah. Yeah, so the idea being put out is that we want a loan with an obligation to buy, but they might not be that keen. I mean, fair enough. Jonathan Paul, we've been consistently bad, lol. Yeah, because the club's been an absolute mess, chat. Club's been an absolute mess. Thank you. Wiser heads prevailed. 51% of you are saying no. Bruno is definitely consistent. So, chat, we'll go back to the centre-back position for a second. Matthijs de Ligt coming to Manchester United. You know what? My final thoughts on the topic, the deal's done. The deal is done. Done and dusted. It's not signed on the dotted line. The deal's not figured out yet, but the deal is done and dusted, personally. Xavi Simons' value at 100 million euros as per Duncan Castles. That's egregious. That's egregious for someone who wants out of his football club. Maybe for 3 players, yes. So Ugarte, Xavi, and Varane. Do you mean Barcola, mate? Is that who you mean? Joshy boy, Bruno has been consistently putting out great numbers and carrying us every season. Yeah, that's fair. Chat, you don't want to miss a beat yet because we're talking about Raphael Varane next and my sort of frustration regarding him, but also on Varane, other cult heroes in the past at Manchester United. And then we're going to end off the stream today with a transfer window so far review, looking at every deal, scrutinising it, and seeing as a chat how we would rate the window so far. Raphael Varane, everyone. As Fabrizio Romano has last little thing to talk about. Little bit of breaking news for you. Again from CM Offizel. A seemingly really quite an excellently, really well hard-working journalist. Comes out and says, Manchester United could finalise 3 very important signings in the coming days. Matthijs de Ligt, Manuel Ugarte and Joshua Zirkzee. Chat, would you be happy with those 3 coming in as the start of the Manchester United transfer window? Just as the start. I'm going to end that poll on 55% saying yes to swapping Rashford for Ugarte, which is mad. LA Matthews says, De Ligt negotiations to continue tomorrow. United delegation meeting with Bayern. Yoro has been given 1 week to agree with a United move, or United walk away to other targets. LA, if you don't mind me asking, mate, when was that 1 week from? But we've got a bit of an exclusive here. A 1 week. We've got an exclusive on the MPB morning show. And I can verify LA. LA's got good info. Can I ask when the Leny Yoro deadline started? Can I ask LA? But chat, let me know, how are you feeling about Matthijs de Ligt, Manuel Ugarte, and Joshua Zirkzee? I find it interesting that Ugarte is mentioned there because we've had not a lot of talks about him recently. The fact that he can be finalised in the coming days suggests that it's a move that could happen very, very, very quickly. Yes, says WY. Well, happy, says Jonathan Ball. They're all needed, says Alex. I think we need... Ooh, again, it's a really good question I'm asking today. Chat, how many signings do Manchester United need at the moment? From Tuesday, says LA Matthews. So, chat, an exclusive here on the MPB Morning Show. Tuesday is the deadline for Leny Yoro to Manchester United. That's the deadline, chat. Heard it here first. A little bit exclusive. Thank you, LA. Everyone, go give him a follow on Twitter at the LA Matthews and at Attacking Football as well. For the site we both... go give them a follow. 5 out of 10 on those three. Yeah. I think, you know what? How would you... I think when it comes to how many times we need, I think those three... 2, maybe 3 others. I think so. I'm not counting Leny Yoro almost as a signing for this summer because I see him as an added bonus if he comes. That's just the way I see it. Johnny Hill says Rashford's issue is he's always been made to be the main guy when he just isn't good enough to be the main guy. He can be a piece of the puzzle, but Rashford's issue is the same as when Maguire was captain. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So by the end of the window, we get Ugarte, De Ligt, Kadioglu, Yoro, Zirkzee, and I'm not even going to try and pronounce that, my friend. I'm sorry, Prince. Welcome to the stream. Never seen you here before, bruv. But I've not got a clue. I've not got a Scooby. I don't have a Scooby, mate. I don't have a clue. How a Bruno to happily sell? I think just for main development, Bruno can play. Chat, 1 second. I'm just checking something very quickly, chat. If you don't mind. See if there's any more news coming out. No, that's it. Sorry. 6 signs would be a good enough window for me. You know what? Let me put out a little poll. Would you be happy with a transfer window of just Ugarte, Yoro, Zirkzee, and Matthijs de Ligt? Yes or no? Yes or no? Say we only sign those boys. We only sign those boys because we can't get them. Players are too expensive. All of the sort. Let me know. Let me know. Is that a window you'd be happy with? I think I know the answer to this question, but let's see. Let's see, chat. The last guy is from Girona, winger, and a cam. Let's try and pronounce it, shall we, chat? Chat, let me know down below. Can you pronounce this? Just so, actually, no, rate my pronunciation of this out of 10. Siaganov. That's my guess. That's my attempt to that. That's my attempt. No way, because we need a left back. Yeah, I agree. If England wins today, you should make a 2-hour stream. I mean, chat, it's not an English channel though. It's a United channel. That's why I'll do a little English segment at the end if you want me to, chat. If anyone wants to stick with me for 5-10 minutes, I'll do a little English segment at the end if you're not interested. But shall we move on very quickly from all that? Let's talk about Raphael Varane. One of my favourite players, honestly, to ever play for Manchester United. He sort of made an imprint on me ever since he first joined. I was really getting back into... I fell out of love with football for a couple of years, like 2015, 2018, 2019. As I was just getting back into football, Varane joined. And that signature sort of walking out to the centre of the pitch, taking the photo, the way it was announced only just then, how the excitement, the Leeds game itself, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's, oh dear. I was so excited about that signing. I think him getting a Carabao Cup and an FA Cup with us, I'm over the moon about that. He personally he being so involved in both those games meant the world to me. A man with his pedigree, falling in love with the club. Yeah. It's the United channel as he wears 3 lions on the shirt. I have to represent, and I am wearing my FA Cup final bucket hat. Thank you, Alex. Thank you. I'm not behaving any slander today. But he's going to Como, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to Como to work under Cesc Fabregas. The question I have is, it's seemingly not a wage issue for Raphael Varane. I think he would have stayed at the club for the right wages. Chat, I want to ask you a question. Raphael Varane, would you have kept him at the football club for less wages, chat? but less wages. Jonathan Bull says, Robson, Whiteside and McGrath were my favourites as a kid. God, I forgot that you lot are so much older than me. LA, if you're still in the stream, who's your who are your favourite United players? I don't think I've ever asked you that. Let me know. Chat, who are your favourite, not the players like the best players when you were watching when you were younger or watching right now. Who are your favourite players? When I was younger, it was Adnan Januzaj. I loved him for some reason. Ron Van Persie was my favourite. He was the first ever player I got on the back of a shirt. Chicharito, Javier Hernandez. He was one of the lads who I loved. But yeah, let me know. But sorry, got distracted. Raphael Varane for Manchester United on a cheaper wage. I would have kept 1.5 million. 1.5 million. The experience he brought, the ability he brought to the side, he was just wonderful. I think it's a bit of a shame that we have missed out on that because he loved the club. If he fell out with Ten Hag and that's why he didn't come back, as some have sort of insinuated, yeah, that makes sense. But look, I would have kept him. Mr. Rolls Royce, that's who he is. Johnny Hill says, it seems like he took a massive pay cut at his new team too, which makes me intrigued why exactly Ineos let him go. I think, look, pure conspiracy theorist from me here, I think it's because he fell out with Erik ten Hag. We know that Casemiro and Raphael Varane spoke about the standards at Madrid being a lot better than United. I think Laurie Whitwell came out with that, or maybe Luckhurst did. So hey ho. So says Beckham. I mean, I'm wearing Beckham on the jersey right now. What the hell happened to Januzaj? Like, oh, pardon me, Christ, sorry, chat. Pardon me, I'm sorry. God, I don't know what did happen. He went to Sociedad, didn't he? Sociedad, and he had a decent career there. Rooney says Ahmed. Varane is too injury prone, sadly. It's that experience. It's why I was always against getting rid of Varane and oh God, who else was it? Casemiro at the same time. I was always a bit worried about that. But you know what? We won another trophy. These lads are used to it. Kobbie Mainoo might be one of the most decorated players in the squad soon if he gets that Euros title. So, oh, I'm so stressed. Oh, boys, I'm so stressed. I saw my mate the other day. He said to me he saw the white Pele. So I asked, who is he? He goes by the name of Wayne Rooney. He goes by the name of Wayne Rooney. Ahmed, mate. Oh, little flash from the past that. Keen, Stam and Ruse says Alex King. Alex says Giggs, Scholes and Yap. Johnny Hill. If I went through leadership qualities, Bruno doesn't have them. What? Lisandro Martinez and Dallo would make better captains. We sell Bruno to Saudi to use for other positions. Makes sense. Chat, little poll for you. There's over 100 of you right now. Don't go anywhere. Is Bruno Fernandes a good captain? Let me know, chat. Is Bruno Fernandes a good captain of Manchester United Football Club? Let me know. Is he still at Sociedad? Is he still playing Adnan Januzaj? I think I would have heard about it, but would definitely keep Varane over Maguire. That I agree with. I'm Maguire's biggest supporter, but Varane's leadership qualities, how good he is on the ball, the fact that he can play both sides because of how two-footed he is, his ability to be a box defender, the fact that Harry Maguire and Varane haven't differed too much in their injury proneness or their fitness in the last year, certainly sort of balances that playing field. His leadership qualities, he's won Champions League after Champions League after Champions League after Champions League. The fact that he came on half fit against Manchester City, against Erling Haaland, and kept him quiet. Yeah. His partnership with Lisandro Martinez, you don't just lose that. So to me, if it was Varane or Maguire, I would have kept Raphael Varane, just personally. Cornish made George best. God, you lot are older than me. McKady was just like Adnan. I called Adnan Januzaj free kick kid. I think it was against Aston Villa maybe, where he won 2 free kicks for us. And we scored off maybe one of them because Mata scored. That's one of my earlier memories of football, chat. It's one of my earlier memories. Bruno has the passion, yeah. I mean, you're not saying Dallo and Lisandro Martinez. I think Dallo is an eventual captain of United, but at the moment it is Bruno Fernandes, and it shouldn't be anyone but. People keep saying Martinez, but he's never been a captain, even at Ajax. Bruno Def gets it. He does. He is Manchester United, just as Marcus Rashford is Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes is Manchester United. He embodies the club like Ruud van Nistelrooy does, like Cristiano Ronaldo did. These are the players who embody the football club. They should be the one leading the lines. My first favourite United player was, I'm going to butcher this, mate, I'm so sorry, Andre Kanchelskis. Maybe? Have I got that right? Maybe. Varane used to command our defence on making runs or even holding the ball. Yeah. Varane was a leader. He was a leader. He was United captain material. But chat, we're speaking a little bit too much about favourite United players, and while I am enjoying it, is a transfer show. So shall we talk about the transfers we've done so far? I'm going to kick us off on this transfer window review so far with a talk about Michael Olise. Bit of a pessimistic way to start us off. A bit of a shame. But I would give this out of, I'm going to rate it on an F to an A+ on how well we've done on the deal so far. If we completed the deal, if we didn't get our target, or we're still working on it, I'm going to give it a grade. Olise, I'm giving a D+. Chat, let me know. Before you hear my thoughts, how do you grade Olise's deal when United were courting him? How would you grade it? To me, Olise, he was the big target. The Muppeteers put him out as the big name, which Ineos really wanted. He was the man who everyone really wanted, apparently. Ineos were convinced of it. The scouting department were convinced of it. We sort of knew about it even before Ineos had bought us. The way they were going after Graham Potter, the way they were going after Michael Olise, he was the man. So the fact that we didn't get him is a bit of a shame. The reason why it's not lower is we didn't really have the funds to. We didn't sell Greenwood, we didn't sell Sancho. That sort of stuck us in the mud a little bit, but still a D+ because he was our main target and he was the one we were gunning for. The fact that we didn't get him, it's a bit of a shame. It's a bit of a shame. Now, Cellini says it's coming home. Oh, bloody hoping so, mate. Bloody hoping so. McTominay, good Lord, you lot are having debates in this chat. Jesus Christ. I can't even follow what you lot are going on about. Jesus, boys. If Olise wanted that much wages, we just couldn't afford it. I don't think it was a wages thing. Chelsea tried to say that. Chelsea tried to say it was a wages thing. He just didn't want to go there. I think it was United or Bayern at the end of it, and we didn't show enough interest. I think that was the issue. We just didn't show enough interest in them at all. Which is a bit of a shame. We really wanted him. We just didn't have the money. Couldn't really court him properly. If we did sell Mason, if we did sell Sancho, I think he would have been ours. Moving on to a player who recently we've just missed out on is Jared Branthwaite. Different to Olise, even though we missed out on him, I'm grading the way we've approached that deal a B+. Why a B+, Alex? Why? We didn't get him. We stepped away at the right time. We courted him. I say courted a lot. We approached him. We dealt with him the exact way I think we should do. An overpriced player dealing with a team that's in a lot of financial trouble. Let's pressure them. Starting off with a low bid, agreeing to terms with the player beforehand, ramping it up slowly, hoping the player's going to put in a transfer request, which I think the third bid would have done. We just came unstuck with the Amadou Onana deal to Aston Villa, and that's why we lost out on Jared Branthwaite, which to me, bit of a shame. But you know what? We've moved on. We've said at the moment we're not paying the fee for Jared Branthwaite. If we went out and paid 70, 75, 80 million pounds, which is what they're expecting now, they don't need to sell. That price goes straight back up to Gvardiol, straight back up to Maguire prices, straight back up to Varane prices. We're not getting him anytime soon, chat. We're not getting him anytime soon. And United were really good at moving on from him. Definitely like the way we're working against Branthwaite. I think it's really good. It's ruthless, it's efficient, and it's knowing when you're beat in the market, and it's not always your fault. Sometimes you are beat. It's just a shame, and you have to learn when to take your punches, take your medicine, and just move on. We didn't step away. Onana got sold, meaning they don't need to sell. Got forced out the deal. No, because we could still sell. They said, and all team was right in saying they would sell for a ridiculous fee, 85 million plus sort of fee. We're not paying that. We knew when to move away. Branthwaite, I'd grade A+++. Oh, good God. I hate Everton, to be honest. Yeah, fair, Johnny. Fair. Defo looks like the way... Malatos says, more probability of Arsenal winning the Premier League next season than England winning the Euros tonight. You know, at the end of the stream chat, we'll talk about the Euros for a second because I'm not going to bore some of you lot who aren't English or Spanish. I'm not going to bore you lot. Inacio bid soon, says Dan Mazungu. I'm bloody hoping not, mate. I'm really hoping we don't do that. Let's talk about another centre-back because we're linked to a lot of them at the moment. Matthijs de Ligt, an A. An A. I've not given it an A+ because I think it's dragged on a little bit at the moment. If it gets on the next day or two, as LA told us, then look, yeah. That'd be great. That'd be great. But we've done it really, really well. We've courted Bayern really well. We've ensured his interest in us. It's the best part of the deal, making sure that PSG came in for him, which they tried, or any of the club, maybe a Chelsea, who are obsessed with their centre-backs. Then Matthijs de Ligt only wants to negotiate with Manchester United Football Club. Over the last few years, chat, was the last time that's happened. A player of this sort of quality who would go anywhere for a bit of game time to get back in the Dutch squad going, I want Manchester United. Not even at their best. We're a risk. We are a massive risk. New structure in the Europa League. That's us at the moment. So I'm quite happy. He hasn't even signed De Ligt yet. I know, but we're going to. The deal is done and dusted. The deal is done and dusted, Adam. It's done and dusted. So I think I'm very happy to report on that. Very happy to say it's an A. Very happily. Is Bruno Fernandes a good captain, by the way? 72% of you out of 61 who voted said yes. Chat, speaking of 61 votes, we're on 65 likes at the moment. We're 5 likes away from 70. It would mean the world to me if you show your support today and we can hit that target. Going on to another centre-back, Leny Yoro, A+. A+. Chat, I have a feeling that you lot are going to disagree with me on that one. I'm not surprised. To me, even if we don't get that deal done, brilliant. Brilliant. We have shown our intentions with that deal as we are going after the best of the best of the best. Regardless of price, regardless of our financial position, we are looking to improve always. We're not going to wait about. Real Madrid doesn't scare us. We've given them, and as exclusively revealed on the MPB morning show, the deadline ends on Tuesday. Exclusively revealed. Thank you, LA Matthews. Give him a follow on X, everybody. Say thank you for the news. He's told us that it ends on Tuesday. We've been ruthless. We've been efficient. And it's exactly what we should be doing as a football club. And if we've said happily, Rizio said it. If he doesn't say yes by then, we'll move on. We'll move on. It would upset me if he doesn't choose to come. But not because Ineos didn't do enough. Because very simply, he just didn't want to come. He just didn't want to come. And you know what? That's okay. That's okay. Me too, Alex. He'd be my favourite, more than Silva even. Yeah, that's fair. So he'd probably terrified to play for company. Alex, I wouldn't complain about Silva either, says at Jonathan. As in, which Silva? Antonio Silva. A, definitely, as we have to agree, a deal in principle for him. We moved so quickly. When was the last time, I just sort of went to a club and went, yeah, we'll pay the money. Happily. Not even any negotiation we heard about. We just heard, deal agreed. Deal accepted. When was the last time that happened at Manchester United, chat? I'm sorry, D-. Surely you must have a hint from the player before we're set up for disgrace. It's not disgrace, though. We've shown balls, we've shown bollocks, we've shown ambition. If we lose to Real Madrid on a player's heart's already set there. There's inclination that he does want to join us. It's just about convincing him. He wants to join Manchester United. His dream is to play for Real Madrid. But he could realise that dream at any point. You know what? It's almost betting on himself as well. It's a risk for him to stay. And you know what? No. I think we could go around in circles to argue about this. But to me, it is an A+. But chat, who do you agree with? Do you agree with me or Sosa? There's over 90 of you in the stream right now. I want you to put in the chat, Alex or Sosa. Do you think it's a D- at approach for Leny Yoro? Or do you think it's an A+? How do you think we're doing so far in that deal? Let me know. Mustafa says, predict the De Ligt deal. Here we go. I think Tuesday. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's really fair. The last time was Donny van der Beek. Oh, premium. No, don't curse it. Oh, brother, don't curse it. Please, mate. Please. Oh, don't curse it. I'm begging you, don't curse it. Yeah, God, it wasn't it? Was it Ronaldo or did we negotiate a bit for Ronaldo? A+. C, Sosa? C? That's by Evil Monkey and Miller Davies videos. A+. I agree with you, Alex. Thank you, Mustafa. If we did get Yoro, would you put a release clause in his contract, says Jonathan Ball? I'd put it 100 million. 100 million. That's sort of where I'd go for it. That's where I'd go for it. And yeah, that's where I'd go. And you lot seemingly agree with me. So, Sosa, take that, mate. You know I love you really, mate. You know I love you really. It's a family here. It's a community. We're going to argue. We're going to argue. That's what football's all about, isn't it? That's what football's all about. Shall we finish it off, this little transfer window review, before we talk about the Euros final? Little bit of a voice crack there. Sorry, chat. Joshua Zirkzee, A+. Good deal. United commission, a tax on the commission. We got a discount on the commission for a player. When has that ever happened, chat? The fact that we've done that alone, to me, deserves a B+ at the minimum. And the fact that we convinced him, knowing he was going to go to Milan, then sort of convincing him to come to us, sort of working out with him the role that he was going to play, it's just positive. To me, I see him being a versatile forward, playing anywhere from striker to left winger to right winger, which I don't really agree with, to being an 8/10. That's something I do agree with. A release clause would put him off. I don't think it would. I think he'd love a release clause. I think he'd love 100 million plus. Yeah. Knowing that he'd go, that's what I do. I agree, Jonathan. I agree. But A+, Joshua Zirkzee, that's what I'd grade that transfer out of. Here we go. It should be announced next few days. I doubt I'll be done today due to the Euros final. But look, next few days, it's what I'm guessing. It's what I'm guessing. Oh, that's our transfer window review done so far. I'm not going to really talk about the window as a whole, because I think that's quite unfair. Even doing a review so far, with so many deals still going on, is a bit harsh on me. But chat, there wasn't that much use today, or yesterday. I had to improvise. If his dream is to play for Real Madrid, so surely he would wait a year and move on a free. But will Real Madrid come back? Will he play well enough? That's the thing. Lille, his boyhood club, someone he's come through the academy with, they'll get no money either. So we have to think about that. But chat, I've left you waiting long enough. Chat, if you don't really care about the Euros, I don't mind. But if you want to stick about and hear my thoughts on the Euros final tonight and how I am bricking it, stick about for 2 minutes. Stay about with me. Any English fans in the chat? Any Ugarte A? I'd give it a B, because I don't really know how convinced the United board is a total art on him yet. That's what I'd go with. Any Spanish fans in the chat? Let me know, who are you thinking? Even if you're not, who are you backing to win the Euros final tonight? England or Spain? Let me know down below. Ross Ardell says a release clause assures a player there's a guaranteed fee that allows him to leave. Also, players do leave for less than their release clause. Clubs negotiate lower fees if release clause is unrealistic. That might be happening with Dani Olmo at the moment. But yeah, Spain win comfortably, says Jonathan Bell. WY says England are winning. As you can probably tell, I can take the United bucket hat off. As much as I love this thing, it is my pride and joy. If you haven't figured out already, I think the English are winning today. Joshie Moya ain't falling for that, brother. But yeah, I'm really hoping England wins today. I'm bricking it. I'm terrified. Let's try and talk about it in United context for a second. God, my hair's all over the place. Jesus. I'd go with I'm playing it as Kobbie Mainoo versus Lamine Yamal for the put this back on for the Golden Boy. That's what I put it as. That's what I'd frame it. And to me, I'd probably love Kobbie to get the Golden Boy. I'd love him to score in the last minute, get us a goal. It would mean the world to me, chat. It would mean the world to me. Any score predictions? Any score predictions in the chat? Major score? I'm hoping so. I think, as most European finals are, it will start off quite shaky. I think it will grow more and more as the game progresses. England, Rashford to score. Oh wait, Rashford would be perfect for this game. You know, he'd be perfect, absolutely perfect. I know Carvajal's back and not Jesus Navas, but good lord, do I back Rashford a lot more than Jude Bellingham? At least 1-on-1. I'd go with, for my score prediction, I think it'll be 2-0 England. I mean, first time ever making a score prediction on stream, so we can see if I'm a jinx or not. But that's what I'm going with. Chat. That's what I'm going with. I need Mainoo man of the match, but Spain to win it. 3-1 Spain, says Jonathan Ball. England win on penalty. Don't wish me penalties, mate. Joshy, brother, I don't want penalties. Like, I'm confident. I think we have the best penalty takers in the world. But just because it's us, I see it not working out. You know what I mean? Desiree Doué versus Xavi Simons. Opinion, straight up Xavi Simons. Better player. It's 1-1. Pickford will save England. I wonder if you lot will agree with me. Pickford is the best goalkeeper to ever play for England. Not the best English goalkeeper, but the best goalkeeper to ever play for England. By the way, I hope I'm wrong to Jonathan Ball. Why do you think Spain's are winning, mate? I mean, they're a very good side. I'll agree with you. They're a very good side. Leny Yoro is wonderful. Nico Williams is magnificent. I think if anyone's going to shut him up, it'll be Kyle Walker. I'm hoping he has the game of his life. Oh, God, I'm terrified. We'd love a Manu goal assist in a 3-2 Spain win. Mate, you're cruel. You're an evil, evil, evil man. Cornish made 2-1 England. You would flop in pens. We would flop in pens. Let me tell you who we have as our penalty takers if you haven't realised already. Palmer, Bellingham, Tony. That started it off. Trent, Pickford to save them. Pressure? What pressure? Pressure is for tight. Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. Is it just me who didn't like that piece of commentary? Is it just me? Because it weirded me out a little bit. Weirded me out. Pickford is such an old-fashioned keeper. Oh, he is. I love him to bits, though. I love him to bits. 1 more minute speaking about England. 1 more minute. Because it is a United stream. It is a United stream. And chat, if you made it this long and you haven't hit the subscribe button, I mean, what are you doing at this point? Over 65% of you aren't subscribed, so make sure you get involved. And also, if you've been here for the long time, you haven't hit the like button for whatever reason, please make sure to do that. Blood is not Alan Shiver. I'm not, brother. I'm not. Probably Southgate is a flop. Disagree with you there. Best goalkeeper ever for England is Gordon Banks. I'm young. Point blank. LA, before this tournament started, every single person would have taken Spain in the final over France, Portugal, Germany. I agree. They've looked the closest to a team, though. France does not look like a team. Portugal looked like just sort of a funnel to Cristiano Ronaldo. Germany looks really good. Germany, I'm very happy we're not taking. Germany, Spain look like teams. England are the team. We're not a bunch of individuals. We're not like France or maybe Portugal, who is just centered around one player or just don't really like to play as well together in a team. England are a team. Spain are the team. You know what? I think it's a coin flip. I saw on another podcast recently. It's a coin flip. It's a coin flip between the two. It is a coin flip. And chat, I'm off to probably start drinking some pints. I'm very nervous. I'm very excited. Wish me luck. Follow me on Alex Talksall at Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok to make sure you don't miss even any of my streams or any of my reaction to the England game. As always, smash that subscribe button. We hit 5,000 subs today. I'd love to hit 6,000 subs in the month of July. As usual, please get involved in mufcMPB on Twitter or X. We're looking to grow that as much as possible, and you'll never, ever miss a piece of United news there. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm Alex Talksall. I'll see you boys next time.